what category to find. Okay. Are they presentation mode, please? Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Time starts now.
My name is Adidiji Sholoto. This is my end of sprint, end of intern report from the stable of Agile Delivery Manager. I'll just go quickly into it. Looking at the table of contents, this is basically on sprint 1 to sprint 4. Just like we already know that sprint 0 was our onboarding, and I'm just going to fly into it based on the project I was involved in as the Agile Delivery Manager. Just as it is specifically understood of the role of an Agile Delivery Manager in every organization, you're expected to manage more than one project all at a time. So in this internship, I was able to manage 3 projects altogether. That's the Mentor Skid project, the Microsoft 365 deployments, and the final one, which is the Oracle HCM, which follows the waterfall methodology. So basically, these projects allowed me as an ADM, or let me put it this way, to wear the art of APM and ADM all at the same time. And sometimes I could be seen working as a traditional project manager. So in this internship as the Agile Delivery Manager, I was able to work across the 3 projects spanning the web development. That's the one with the Mentor Skid project, the enterprise system implementation, the Oracle HCM, and the IT infrastructure development. And moving on to sprint 1, we have the Mentor Skid and Microsoft 365 put together as a project, and then we have the Oracle HCM on the other side. So we have in sprint 1, I was able to work with the project mandate. Following the model of the project mandate we have for the Mentor Skid, I was able to develop one for Microsoft 365 project, establish project team norms and expectation through a charter, prepare and deliver the first project status report to stakeholders outlining project process and milestones. And on the other side of the project, I have the Oracle HCM, which started with the configuration of foundational elements, including the company's legal identity and address and legislative data. And of course, we were able to work as a team to lay the ground for the subsequent project phases by ensuring and aligning with organizational requirements and policies. And of course, we were able to likewise come up with other documents that helped the progress of the project. So here are the basic artifacts I worked on in sprint 1, the project mandate for Microsoft 365, the team charter for HCM project. Moving on to another artifact for sprint 1 is the project status report for Mentor Skid, which showed the fact that we were able to start 3 particular features. That's we were able to work with the landing page, likewise the features under them, header, banner, and footer, which were in progress. And you could see the status of other projects, other features not started as at the time when we were closing in on sprint 1. Moving on to sprint 2, just like I mentioned earlier, I was able to work and see the installation of project management tools such as the Microsoft projects to streamline project planning and tracking. Likewise, I was also able to conduct alongside with my Scrum Masters daily stand-up meetings, sprint planning sessions to ensure alignment and coordination among team members, amongst other duties which I carried out in that particular project. And on the other side of the Oracle HCM, I was able to start up with the the Blue Sky project, another project of my own, which is the functional concept on the Oracle Cloud. And likewise, I was able to configure some specific needs in relation to Blue Sky rate icons manual we use in Oracle HCM. And here are the artifacts to my sprint 2. This is the process of installation of the MS project installation snips, and we have the Sprint 2 artifact on the MentorSkit project status. As we can see here, the features which were committed in Sprint 1 were not completed. And of course, in Sprint 2, they became overdue likewise, and they were recommitted into the sprint. And that's why the project status appear to be this way. And likewise, in Sprint 2, I worked on the PID for the HCM project. It's such a voluminous document. I was able to work on that for the HCM project. So we move on to Sprint 3, where I was likewise able to proceed with the development of Visual Project roadmap for Microsoft 365. And on the other side of Oracle, I was able to work on some other documents in relation to the project. We have the project status report likewise, and we move to the MentorSkit project budget. We have the work breakdown structure, which outline all the roles and responsibilities of other ADMs in Oracle HCM. And I was able to come up with the burn down chart and burn down data of Oracle HCM based on the work breakdown structure that I did earlier. Then we have the, what's it called now? The roadmap timeline for the MentorSkit project.
6 minutes.
In Sprint 4, I was able to likewise proceed in project planning on Microsoft 365 using the MS project. And likewise, we have the risk assessment and the risk assessment and register done in Sprint 4. Another artifact is the project planning. And finally, I have the roadmap here. Thank you, Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
You can see your screen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela Boda, and I'm presenting my end of the training presentation tonight. We had our sprint 0, which was the onboarding. Then we met with our team members. We were able to create our board. We had introduction to team members, decision of the name of the group. We were able to identify project management tools required for the project. We had installation of Azure DevOps. This is the organogram chart of our team. I'm a member of the elite team. We had project managers, Scrum Master, business analyst, data analyst, QA, and cybersecurity. On Sprint 1, we had our daily stand-up. And on Sprint 1, we have starting pages, footer, and edits. This is the project mandate. The mandate is to create a website that will connect mentors with mentees. And next, we were able to, during the sprints, we were able to create the team charter. This is another design of the site. And we created the team charter, which is one of the key tools for a project manager. And I'm sorry, I escaped. This is a screenshot of our team charter rather. And to Sprint 2, we have authorization functionality, which is to create a website that will connect mentors with mentees. We created the logo, the headers, the footer, the contact page, and the home page. As a project manager, I was able to connect with other team members, communicate, and to make sure to check on the progress of the project. And this is how our ResiLog matrix is, our stakeholder matrix, and also, this is the raid log for the team. During the stand-up, we had our daily stand-up around 7:30 UK time. And we set up our wiki page. Also, on to Sprint 3. I was the lead project manager for the Sprint 3 presentation we had. And what else? Up to Sprint 4. Sprint 4, we added this select payments method to the project. And during the class, Ayo Kongi introduced us to this book, and on each week, he asked us to read 2 chapters, and we should summarize it on slide presentation. And here are some of the topics which were covered during this 3-month program. These are the other topics as well. I participated in my presentation, responsibility of a project manager. I did my slide. Also, I did some of the assignments Ayokongi gave us to do, which is productive meeting. Here are the slides of my presentation during my classes with him. And to this point, here is my blog presentation as well. I had 10 topics to the blog. And I would love to say thank you to some key people in this group. Number 1 is Lady Pat. I want to say thank you, Lady Pat, for the encouragement, for the push to be part of this program. And I want to also say thank you to Zekia Bello for helping out when I lost my phone. She was there for me. She sent me the links to be able to join for like 2 weeks. I was out of the program. I want to say thank you to Olashubomi Oluwatoyin, my mentor. And I want to say thank you to Adedeji as well for helping out when I was in need for help. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you.
I think it's already.
It's not in presentation mode.
All right.
I've been showing people where to easily click because I don't want it to start going to the top part and start from beginning. That's why I'm just showing you people the below one. Okay, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ian Ngoma. I'm the project manager and ADM for Optimize project. Today is my last presentation and final. I was privileged to present every week from the beginning of the this training to today, and I was also privileged to have a good team that really supported me so much. Let's first define what is project management. Project management is the allocation of tools, resources, processes, methods, knowledge to achieve a common goal. It is an art of monitoring and controlling activities to ensure key objectives are achieved and a project is managed from conceptualize to completion. Why is project management important? 9.9% of every dollar is wasted due to poor project performance. 32% of the budget is lost when a project fails to reach its goals. 39% of a project fails due to change in an organization priorities. And 52% of completed projects experience high scope creep. 68% of organizations outsource their project to third parties. And we know that most at this organization where we work at, we've got several projects that are allocated to us. Primary components of a project, we of course scope creep, quality, schedule, critical success factor, human resource plan, work breakdown structure, budget, deliverables. Who is a project manager and what do they do? So first of all, we manage, monitor, control all areas of a project, deliverables, meet quality expectation, monitor project task, assembling project team, helping define scope, lead quality assurance, help develop team, manage multiple projects, create project plans, deliver, and install technologies, create project schedule and timeline. So we worked also on the stakeholder management, and we made sure that we define what are the processes in stakeholder management. We looked at communication, engagement, interpersonal skills, meetings, follow-up, and awareness. We decided, we knew that this project surely will be an agile project. And because being an agile project, we know what the process needs to be done. We know that we need to start from initiate the project, to define requirements, integrate and test. And integrate and test, we continue until when we go to the final, where we are now in the final of the project. So what is agile project management? What is agile project management? Agile focuses on the iterative and incremental delivery that is a call to continuous improvement. Agile focuses on Scrum frame, which has a huge emphasis on the product being designed and flexible approach. Now we come to Sprint Zero. You've seen that already from many of my team members, what we did from Sprint Zero. Of course, we were working on a daily stand-up, Agile DevOps, onboarding, and improvement. And then currently, by last week, this was how the project was an improvement. So we're still working on it, and we make sure that before Friday, the project is fully completed. And this is the recipe that I designed for the team. The reason I designed it is that the reason I designed this recipe is because I looked at how can I place the right people for the right activity. And you can see from top there, we've got the project sponsor, the PM, the BS, the QS, the cyber, and what they were doing, what they can do, what their priorities. That helped to drive the project efficiently. And then we look at the standards, 7 standards qualities of the project. We looked at design, control, development, testing, and quality. And we look at benefits of risk management. We look at how the risk management can improve and can give confidence into the stakeholders. And we looked at the tools that I was using in my role. Also, I looked at the buzzwords that I was using in my role. Risk and issues. I worked on the high impact, low impact. And that's my budget that I created for my team and how much we were driving at. And this is the project that I'm working on 365 in project management. And it shows how the project is being driven. And these are the performance we have. And that's the last sprint we are working on. Thanks very much.
Thank you. 6 minutes.
Thank you so much, Ian. Thank you.
A PM from ADM for the Eagles Mentorscape project, which started on January 13 to April 13. This is the final report. Aside the Mentorscape project, I attended the PM ADM classes as well, and then I also joined the Microsoft 365 project. So I'll be talking intermittently about everything I did at each stage. Now, for the Mentorscape project, I got the project mandate from the product owner, and this was what I started with a kickoff meeting with my team. I learned how to do a kickoff meeting. Apart from learning how to do a kickoff meeting, I did an onboarding, getting to know everyone, and everyone got to know each other, our roles. We understood what the project mandate was about, what the objectives were, and what we were to deliver on. Also, some of the tools that we used, or the particular tool we used, was the Azure DevOps tool. Now, the reason why we used the Azure DevOps tool was for proper collaboration amongst everyone, for transparency and clarity. For the Mentorscape project, we employed the agile methodology as against what we did in the PM classes. So in the PM classes, we're using the waterfall methodology. Now, the difference is that the waterfall methodology allows us to run the project till the end of the project before we produce an increment. However, for the agile methodology, we employed iterative processes where we had 4 different sprints. At each sprint, once we achieve a particular milestone, we did a presentation to show where we are at each point in time. Another thing that I learned during the course of that particular beginning stage of the product at Mentorscape was that I did understand that the project mandate can be given to us by the stakeholders. And in my PM class, I also understand that in some cases, you might not get the project mandate. So you would require to draw up a project mandate and get all the stakeholders to go through and approve it before you have a proper kickoff meeting with your team. Now, for the key stakeholders that we had, these were the various key stakeholders that we had. I had 32 people in my team. I was the only PM, ADM in my team. I had 5 Scrum Masters, 11 BAs, 2 DAs, and 2 cybersecurity and 1 quality assurance person. I also had 4 developers. However, not everybody was active, which I will show you during the course of the sprints. So at sprint 0, I had already mentioned some of these things here. At sprint 0, during the course of our introduction process, we also understood that we had to draw up a guideline, which we call the team charter. Everyone participated in drawing up this team charter, where we understood and defined definition of done and ready. We also had our racing matrix so that everyone understood the roles that they were employed to do. Apart from that, we had our daily stand-up, which came up every day at 7:30 p.m. for 15 minutes. However, we are aware that in real life scenario, we would have a proper daily stand-up, or we would prefer to have a daily stand-up at 9:30 a.m. So this is a picture of what our project charter looks like. I know it's on a Word document, so it might not be so clear. I hope we can see though. So this was the project charter that we drew up at sprint 0. And this was the race matrix that we had in place so that we all understand everybody's role and responsibility. Now, also, we understood the change process, a change process which I learned in my PM class. I tried to introduce it in my team as well, so that we understand that during the course of the project, if we need to change any process, we all have to follow a particular change process. This was also introduced. So also, I mentioned that I attended the Oracle implementation class, that's the Microsoft 365. I learned how to create divisions. I learned how to create enterprise and limited liability companies on the Oracle software. So this I learned. This is the team organogram. I've already explained how many we are in the team, so I won't dwell so much on this. For sprint 1, we committed about 7 stories and were able to conclude on those stories at the end of sprint 1. The major issue that stood up for us for sprint 1 were some impediments, and since we already had an impediment process to follow, most times the Scrum Masters would line up most of those impediments, which I followed up on to ensure that everybody was on the same page and we all issues were treated. Now, for sprint 1 as well, I did a proper breakdown of the pay on a day-to-day basis so that we know those that were attending and those that were not attending, those that needed to be paid and those that were not going to be paid. If you look at this particular resource allocation, is the addition of the equipment and the remuneration. So this was the project status that was produced at the end of sprint 1, which was
Time
great.
up, roll your slides.
For sprint 2 as well, we were on green, and we had a rate log that was presented. So I also carried out all the necessary assessments that were given at each milestones, and all the tools that were used, these were there. And at the end of sprint 3, this we're still active. And then at the end of sprint 4, we learned about the JIRA. Thank you.
Thank you. 6 minutes.
Go ahead.
Time starts
All right.
now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zakia Bello. My team is Team Elite, and I'm one of the PM ADM there. So this is my individual demo. As an ADM intern, PM ADM intern, I was introduced to the following tools: Teams for communication with my team, members, Azure DevOps to monitor the project, MS projects to plan, execute, monitor, and control the project. And we're also introduced to Jira, but that's not included in my slide, sorry. As an intern, I worked on 3 different projects, which are creating a website for Blue Sky Citadel. The methodology was Agile. Budget was for £439,000, and the timeline was 3 months. And the second project I worked on was implementation of Oracle HCM. The methodology was waterfall. Budget was 1 million, and the timeline was 6 months. And the last one was deploying Microsoft 365 on 140 laptops. So this was for my project management class. So I said the methodology is Agile. Budget was 1.5 million, and the timeline, well, the timeline we were given was 6 months. So I'm going to start with my first project, which is the Agile one, which is creating a website for Blue Sky Citadel. And the goal for our Sprint Zero was onboarding activities. What I did was I got familiarized with my team members and the program. I worked with my team members to choose a name for the team, got introduced to the project, the team, got introduced to roles and programs, and at some point I had to step in as one of the SMs. That's when they are not available. I worked with my team to set up the Azure board, because for some reason one of our Scrum Masters couldn't, because they had issues with internet and stuff like that. Then I collected the slides for our end of demo presentation, and I presented on behalf of the ADMs and SMs. And the next sprint was the goal for that sprint was creating a starting page, footer, and header. Again, I attended the Scrum ceremonies. I worked closely with other ADMs and PMs in my team to create a budget and a budget tracker. I tracked the attendance and kept a record of it with other ADMs. I stepped in as a Scrum Master again to facilitate daily stand-ups and retrospective. Impediments were escalated to me, and I tried to resolve them. The ones I couldn't resolve, I had to escalate them to the right channels. I took charge of adding team members to our Azure DevOps. I created the team charter and project mandate. Again, the team charter was created with contribution from my team members. We had a meeting and we created our team charter together. And then I created a team mandate, a project mandate. Then we created the team organogram, worked with other ADMs to identify the risk, assumptions, issues, dependencies, and how we could mitigate them. Then I assisted in the end of Sprint 1 demo. Okay, this is the artifact. This is our project mandates. This is our team charter. This is our budget breakdown. You'd see that it's up to Sprint 3. That's because we have to update them every sprint. This is a screenshot of our attendance, and this is our project organogram, team organogram. Then in Sprint 2, our goal was to authorization of functionalities. So again, Scrum ceremonies was attended. I modified the red log, attendance, and
30 seconds to go.
Oh my God. Created racing metrics. I did my individual demo, which was 20 buzzwords, 10 tools, and what my role entailed. Continued to keep track of the budget, stayed in touch with my team members for them to inform me of any impediments they might be facing, compiled the end of team demo, presented for the ADMs, and then identified the impediments and resolved them as well.
5 minutes.
Here is the artifacts for my that I did for that sprint. And sprint 3 again, I created my profile on chat hands, worked on my 10 blogs, created swim lanes for our career development content. I created features, product backlog, and task. Again, identified impediment. The main impediment in this sprint was our Azure board. Our SM couldn't
Roll your
we
slides.
got locked out of our Azure board, and we had to like which really
Roll your
affected
slides, please.
which really affected our sprint planning. Again, I created a project brief for my team. Here is the swim lane project brief.
Yeah, to run through.
Artifacts and stuff. So yeah, this is sprint for communication templates, and this is the Oracle artifacts for Oracle project management classes, artifacts for project management classes, and that's it. Thank you.
6 minutes, 5 seconds.
Damn it.
Thank you. You can pause your recording now.
Oh yeah.